Hey there, Ashton here. It's been a while since I made a video, so I just wanted to record this one real quick and share a tip, or I guess you could say a technique, on confidence building. How to gain more confidence, how to feel more confident, self-assured is a very popular question that I get in my emails, and it makes sense because obviously, confidence is the key to a lot of things, if not just feeling better about yourself and in your own skin. So, the tip I'm going to share with you comes from neurolinguistic programming, and it has to do with the way we visually represent things in our mind. One thing that's very interesting about neurolinguistic programming techniques is that a lot of them focus on the sensory visual pictures that we store in our mind. And whether you're conscious of it or not, whether you're aware of it or not, just about everything that's going on in your mind has images and pictures associated with it. So it's really common if you were to go see a neurolinguistic programming practitioner and ask them to help you with some things, they would start examining these pictures and they would have you play around with them. Maybe it could be, for example, recalling a memory of a painful experience that still affects you and taking that visual image and graying it out in your mind, or maybe shrinking the box or moving it around from one corner of your field of vision to the next. So it's very interesting how profoundly people have found that these mental images will actually affect you, because depending on how they're stored, I guess we could say theoretically in space, in your mind's eye, it affects the way your brain processes it. So this technique for building confidence is incredibly simple, but it's been found that especially people who don't feel very confident or who feel uncomfortable or not very bold in certain situations are imagining themselves in that mental image to be smaller than everybody else. When I first heard this, I thought it was kind of silly, but as I examined myself, I've actually found personally in situations that I've done this in the past, and it's amazing how much of a difference you can make simply by going into that picture in your mind's eye, making yourself bigger. In fact, you can even make yourself bigger than anybody else in the room or anybody else in the situation. You can even, if there's somebody in particular that intimidates you or you feel uncomfortable around, you can actually make them smaller. It's kind of funny because this ties right into that old school technique that people always tell you, if you're scared of public speaking, imagine everybody in their underwear. That actually works for a similar reason. But I recommend you try this, depending on the situation. If you're afraid to have a conversation with somebody, go into your mind's eye, rehearse the situation before it happens, make sure that you've got yourself at an appropriate size, and if you'd like, even make yourself a little bigger and make the other person a little smaller. Even if you're in the middle of a meeting or public speaking or something that gives you anxiety, if you can, close your eyes for just a moment, or even just turn your attention inwards, make yourself bigger, make sure that you're seeing yourself that appropriate size. And you might just be surprised at what that does for you. And of course, as with most techniques of this nature, the more you do it, the better it works. So just a quick, fun little tip / technique for you to play around with. And I'd be curious to hear from you how that works for you when you try it.